Now, she may have been a loser in court, but Rebekah Vardy is determined to get something out of her costly, highly publicised libel battle with arch-rival Coleen Rooney. She's now trademarked the iconic phrase Wagatha Christie, meaning that anyone who wants to use it commercially will need to get her permission and probably give her some cash. According to friends, Vardy wants to take back control of the situation, which left her having to pay about £1.5 million for Rooney's legal fees. Coleen is also using the scandal to her advantage, working on a Disney Plus documentary about the saga. One person who isn't thrilled with Becky trademarking the clever pun is the person who actually came up with it, the comedian Dan Atkinson. He shared the news on Twitter, writing dryly, "Well, this isn't ideal, is it?" Well, that's really outrageous. How can you copyright something that you
wasn't even hers?
That wasn't even hers. I mean, it brings us back to Sir Softy, which wasn't the Prime Minister's. But I mean, this story is just the one that gives and gives.
Also, it wasn't her who was the sleuth in this. The actual Wagatha Christie was, in fact, Coleen Rooney, because she was the one who went, who is it who is leaking this stuff? And then she worked out who it was.
Well, she set a trap.
She set a trap. So she is Agatha Christie.
She is Miss Marple.
She is Miss Marple from Agatha Christie, Wagatha Christie. And Dan Atkinson owns the intellectual copyright.
I think this tells us something about the personality of Ms Vardy.
Well, like we didn't already know. I'll tell you what, that
quite an insight into it.
I mean, people forget that case, ludicrously, was Rebekah Vardy suing Coleen Rooney for libel because Coleen had the temerity to suggest that she was the one selling stories to the Sun. And what that case emphatically proved is that Rebekah Vardy is a grasping liar. And should she make any money out of this, it will be a bit of a disgrace. But she'll do her best because we know what she's like.
I don't see how it's going to be a big money spinner, really, is it? It's just, you know, the play's already out there, isn't it? The documentary's well underway. How much more can you milk
It's not watertight either. It'll be a very grey area. You can't copyright something that everybody's been saying for 2 years.
No,
and also, don't you think that if you were Dan Atkinson, you'd be doing a little bit of crowdfunding, perhaps? That's what I'd probably be doing. Would you not?
And I certainly knew that. I never knew that he'd come up with that, and now I do. And now I do know that he's.
I thought it was a Sun headline.
I assumed it was a journal. Some sub-editor.
Vardy's done the wrong thing completely here. She already has lost public favour by being the whole thing. The whole thing, telling stories on her mate, then taking it to court and everyone saying cost of living crisis, how can you afford to be wasting millions on this? And now she's done this. She needs to just leave the UK, get her husband to get a deal in the US or France, somewhere rubbish where they're bad at football.
Do some charity things.
No, just go and restart your life somewhere else. Just start somewhere else.
Soup kitchens.
Do you remember the case? Do you remember in the trial there was only one day where both the husbands turned up? Because Vardy was going to be in the dock. So Wayne's on one side of the court and Vardy's on the other. A friend of mine was covering, and the paper said they just nodded very vaguely because don't forget they used to play for England.
Oh yeah.
But this friend of mine who was covering it, he said that he swore that he saw both of them basically go.
For God's sake.
They're spending our money.
Of course, at that trial in which she did constantly deny that she had sold stories to the Sun, I say, just hoping that there aren't any really litigious
She can't sue for that. She lost that case. She did sell stories to the Sun. That's what the court case decided.
Oh, let's be fair, the phone that had all the messages on fell into the sea.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I stand corrected. Very unfortunate accident.
The amount of times that I drop my phone in the sea.
It's always happening.
Phone
there it goes
when that happens.
Daisy, so were you going to defend Rebekah Vardy? Is that what were you going to say?
Not anymore.
No, I wasn't going to. Well, in fact, the only thing I would say is that this does show a little bit of chutzpah on her behalf. The fact that she has gone out and trademarked this phrase, but it doesn't. No, I'm struggling. I'm
polyamoring again, aren't you?
You've done your best. I think that's it. I think that's it.